everyone, Ainsley here, once again on my yoga mat, and this portion of the class is all about hip opening yoga poses. So you might have seen the video I previously presented in which we are on our mat doing a lot of lower body stretching exercises, and normally that's the first half of a 1 hour class that I do. This is going to be the second half where we are again more into our yoga poses. So all you really need is your yoga mat. If you'd like to have a brick available to help you and support you in the poses, that is fine as well. But I welcome you to about a half hour of a wonderful hip opening yoga stretch sequence. Join me on your mat in child's pose. So go ahead and take your knees apart as wide as the mat is wide. Your big toes are touching. And go ahead and come onto the mat, forehead on the mat, arms reaching all the way forward. And settle into your child's pose. So as you settle into your child's pose, I want you to think about this. Allow your tailbone to settle back towards your heels and really reach long through your fingertips, getting a nice upper body stretch as well. We're going to be focusing really on the area from the waist down, your hips, hamstrings. Really trying to release some of the stretch that we know we capture in our hips. So as you settle into your space, settle into your mat, take notice to how you feel. From the very top of your head to the bottom of your feet. And then start to tap into your breathing. So I want you to inhale, pull the breath up from below your belly button, through the center of your abdominals towards your heart. And then exhale, allow the breath to completely leave your body. Inhaling through your nose, exhaling through slightly pursed lips. But if you choose, you can also tap into your ujjayi breathing, your ocean breath. So you would inhale and exhale through your nose. And I leave that up to you. Continue to tap into your breath and know that as you inhale, you're drawing oxygen into your body. As you exhale, you're ridding your body of its toxins and impurities. Focusing throughout this practice on your breath, allowing you to go deeper into some of your postures and stretches. We'll take 2 more nice, deep, long breaths in child's pose. And on your next breath, find your way into table with your knees under your hips and your wrists underneath your shoulders. Remembering you can always go back to child's pose at any time throughout your practice if something just doesn't feel quite right. It's your practice, so know that if I'm offering you a position or stretch that you think just won't work for you, just go to child's pose and meet us when something feels better for you. For now, in table pose, I want you to really ground through your palms. And as you inhale, I want you to tuck your toes under, arch your back, look towards the horizon. And as you exhale, flatten your feet, round through the back, tuck the tailbone under, and look towards your feet. So you're inhaling, arching into your back, and exhaling, rounding through your back. Inhale into cow pose, and exhale into cat. So from a side position, inhaling you arch, exhale you round. Inhale, belly sinks, heart rises. Exhale, round, chin to your chest. And on your next breath, find a neutral position. And then go ahead and send your right leg straight back, flexing your foot as if you could stand on a wall behind you, lengthening your left arm forward, fingertips to reach all the way forward, and then push away from the mat. Inhale and exhale out. Finding your balance. Bending your right knee, reaching back with your left hand, grabbing hold of your foot, pushing your foot against your hand, lifting your heart, trying to get a nice stretch into your right quadricep. And then release back to your bird dog pose. Left hand on the floor, right knee down. Send your left leg back, reach your right arm forward. Again, push away from the earth, lengthen long through the body as you inhale and exhale out. Bending your left knee, reaching back with your right hand, grabbing hold of your foot, pushing your foot against your hand, lifting your heart as you inhale and exhale out. One more breath. And then release back to your bird dog pose. Release your right hand down, release your left knee down. Tuck your toes under, push up and back, downward facing dog. So you're in an upside down V, palms are grounded, shoulders wrap into your back. Just go ahead and paddle out your legs. Bend your right knee and then your left. Just awakening the backs of your legs, the calves, the soleus. Then inhale up on all your toes. Exhale, heels meet the earth. Walk your feet to the front of the mat. Find yourself in a forward fold. Head, neck, and shoulders release towards the floor. Chin towards your chest. Reach for each elbow with the opposite hand and just take a gentle sway around your body. And then release your arms. Let them hang like ragdoll arms. Bend your knees. Take your hands to your thighs. Inhale, flat back. Lift and lengthen your body to a standing position. Hands to your heart center. Inhale, reach up. As you exhale, forward fold, head, neck, and shoulders release, crown of your head to the floor. Take your hands on either side of your feet, bend your knees. Step back with your left foot to a lunge position. So in this lunge position, you want to make sure that your right knee is over your right ankle, your left heel is pushing away, your right knee is searching for the front of the mat, you're grounding through your right foot, you're feeling a nice stretch through your left hip. Crown of your head forward, take 2 more breaths. Inhale, and exhale out. Good, 1 more breath. And then release your left knee. Keep your toes tucked under. Keep your left hip driving towards the mat. Take your left hand on the right thigh and then your other arm. And I want you to push away from your right leg. So you're up nice and tall through your torso. And then take an exhale. As you exhale, you're going to drop your left hip towards the floor. So you're going to feel a nice stretch into your left psoas, that's the front of your hip, and into your left quadricep. Your toes are still tucked under the back of your left foot. And then reach your left arm all the way up. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, I want you to rotate towards the right. Drop your left hand on the outside of your right leg, and then take your right arm all the way up. And rotate around towards the back of the mat. Inhale and exhale out. Being sure you haven't come up onto your left knee. Keep that left hip driving down. And then reach your left hand to the inside of your right foot. Sweep your right arm all the way forward. Push through a strong left leg. And then now rotate all the way up, pivoting around towards your right side. Inhale and exhale out. 1 more breath. Touch the earth with your right hand. Relax your left knee back down. Relax your left foot this time. Hands come onto your right thigh again. Push away from the right leg. This time, inhale, reach your arms up. Interlock your thumbs. As you exhale, hinge forward at that left hip. With your left foot now flat on the floor, feel a deeper stretch into your left hip. And then lift your heart and look to the sky. Inhale and exhale out. 1 more breath. As you exhale, fold forward, touch the earth. Push back through the left hip, straighten out your right leg. Start to walk your hands towards your body, digging your right heel in towards the mat, lengthening long through the torso, nose to knee pose, chin to your chest. Relax your shoulders, inhale and exhale out. Feeling the back of your right thigh. And then start to walk your hands forward again, bending into your right knee. Take both hands inside your right foot. As we come into lizard's lunge, your first option is to stay right here. Some of you, if you have a brick, maybe you place a brick underneath your hands. Others might just come all the way down onto your forearms. The option is yours. Try to keep hugging your right knee in towards your right shoulder. Keep dropping through your left hip. Take 2 more breaths. Inhale and exhale out. 1 more breath. And now walk your left hand to the left side of the mat. Heel toe your right foot to meet the right edge. And then roll to the outside of your right foot. Again, dropping the left hip down, reaching your right arm up into our dragon's pose. Inhale And exhale out. Feeling the outside of your right hip, feeling the inside of your left hip. And one more breath. Touch the earth with your right hand. Heel toe your right foot back into your center. Tuck your left toes under. Come back to your lunge position. And then square your hands under your shoulders and just step your right foot back. Find yourself in a plank pose. Lower your knees slowly to the earth. Bend your elbows in. Slide your elbows forward slightly. Palms grounded. Lift your heart into Sphinx pose. Settling your pelvic floor into the mat. Relaxing your glutes, just lifting your heart for a minute. And then take your right hand on your left forearm. Bend your left knee. With your left hand, reach back for your foot. And I want you to push away from the earth with your right arm. So you're really just lifting your upper body up. And then just try and lift your left knee up a little bit. Feeling a wonderful stretch right into your left quadricep. Take one more breath. And then slowly release your left leg. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders, tuck your toes under, push to your plank. Downward facing dog. Take 3 breaths right here. Inhale and exhale out. Good. Inhale and exhale out. One more breath. Inhale up on all your toes. Exhale, heels meet the earth. Walk your feet between your hands. Find yourself at the front of your mat in your forward fold. Chin to your chest, crown of your head to the floor. Let your arms just hang like ragdoll arms. And then bend your knees. Take your hands to your thighs. Inhale, flat back. Lift and lengthen your body to a standing position. Bring your hands to your heart center. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, come right back down through. Bend your knees. Take your hands on either side of your feet. And this time step back with your right foot to a lunge position. So beginning the sequence again on the other side, you want to make sure your left knee is over your left ankle. Your right heel's pushing back. Your left knee's reaching towards the front of the mat. Feeling the top of your right thigh into your right hip. And then relax your right knee down. Keep your toes tucked under. Take your hands on your left thigh. Push away from the earth. And as you exhale, hinge forward. Again, dropping your right hip down, relaxing your shoulders down. Bring your right arm all the way up to the sky. Take a nice deep breath. And then exhale, rotate around the back of your right hand on the back of the left thigh. Bring your left elbow all the way up and start to turn towards the back of the mat. Inhaling and exhaling out. One more breath. Slide your right hand down inside your left foot. Sweep your left arm all the way around and then start to pivot around all the way towards the left side. Reaching towards the sky, pulling your left knee in towards your midline as you inhale and exhale out. Touch the earth with your left hand. Relax your right knee back down. This time, relax your right foot. Hands come onto your left thigh again. Push up and away. And then drop into your right hip again. Slightly different stretch. Inhale, reach your arms all the way up. Interlock your thumbs. Spread your fingers wide. Inhale, lift your heart. Making sure, again, you're reaching for the front of the mat with your left knee. Take one more breath. Release your hands down to the floor inside your left foot. Coming into your lizard's lunge, you can stay right here again, or your other option is to come down onto your forearms. Feel a nice stretch into your right hip, hugging your left knee in towards your left shoulder as you inhale and exhale out. One more breath. Start to walk your hands back to your body. Send your hips back. Take a hand on either side of your left leg. Dig your left heel into the floor, nose to knee pose. And then walk your hands back forward, bending into your left knee. Heel toe your left foot to meet the left edge. Take your right hand on the right edge of the mat. Roll to the outside of your left foot and reach your left arm all the way up. Inhale and exhale out. One more breath. Dropping your left hand back down. Heel toe your right foot back in. your left foot back in. Tuck your right toes under. Step back to your plank position. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, slowly lower down to the earth. Again, relax your body into your Sphinx pose. So elbows in front of you, palms grounded, lifting your heart, dropping your pelvic floor. Inhale and exhale out. Taking your left hand on your right forearm, bend your right knee, and then reach back with your right hand, grabbing hold of your foot. Pushing your foot against your hand, lifting your heart. So really push away from the earth. Try to lift your right knee up. And remember I said try. Feeling a big stretch into your right quad. And then slowly release your right leg. Take your hands underneath your shoulders. Tuck your toes under, push to plank. This time walk your hands to your feet. Take your feet to meet the edge of the mat and then roll your feet outward. So the balls of your feet are on the floor, your heels are on the mat. Bend your knees, lift your heart, elbows inside your knees, hands to your heart center. So if this is too much on your knees, remember you can always use a brick underneath your tailbone. Inhale and exhale out. One more breath. Hands meet the floor, lift your hips to the sky, chin your chest. Square your feet, take them parallel. Walk your hands back out to the front of the mat in a plank position. Pull your left knee into your left elbow and then just pivot your leg around to drop into your pigeon pose. Now for those of you that have troubles with your knees, you can go onto your back into supine pigeon or the number 4 stretch, which I'll show you in a moment. Otherwise, just walk your hands in towards your left leg. Take your left hand on your left knee, your right hand on your left foot. Lift your heart. Keep scooting your right leg back. And then come on forward. Relaxing your head, neck, and shoulders to the mat. Making sure you're not falling into your left hip. Again, if you are in pigeon pose, you're on your back with your left ankle on your thigh and you're hugging your knee in towards your chest, like we did in the first class a short while ago. Otherwise, you're in your full king pigeon right here, breathing into your left hip, taking 2 more breaths right here. One more breath. Then walk your hands back in towards the mat. Square your hands under your shoulders. Tuck your right toes under. Push back to your plank. This time, pull your right knee into the right elbow and just pivot your leg around. And again, walk your hands back in towards your body. Right hand on your right knee, left hand on your left foot so you're up nice and tall. And then lower yourself down into your pigeon pose. So you can always send your arms all the way out in front as well. You can stay on your forearms, which is what I tend to do. You can put your forehead on the mat. Just lots of different variations. Never forcing your body into a position it just isn't ready to go into. Remember, if it doesn't feel right, it's probably not right. So back off of it if you need to. Take one more breath. And then walk your hands back into your body. Go ahead and sit into your right hip. Slowly swing your legs around to the front of your body. Sitting up nice and tall. Inhale, reach up. As you exhale, hinge forward, forward fold. Crown of your head forward. Relax your shoulders down away from your ears. Feel a nice stretch into your lower back. And then walk your hands back up your legs. Bring your legs into cross-legged, left in front of the right, sitting up nice and tall, lengthening through your spine. Leading with your heart, walk your hands forward, hinging at the waist, chin to your chest. Just breathe into your cross-legged pose. One more breath. Then walk your hands back in and just simply switch your legs. So bring your right leg in front of your left. Again, leading with your heart, hinging at your waist. Go ahead and come forward. Just getting a nice, easy, light stretch into your hips. And then walk your hands back in, bringing the balls of your feet together, creating a baseball diamond with your legs. Interlace your fingers, take your hands around your feet, pull up against your feet, and as you exhale, hinge forward, leading with your heart, forearms in front of your shins, bowing your chin to your chest. So in this position, you should really be feeling the outside of your hips, getting a nice stretch. Inhale, and exhale out. One more breath. And now inhale, flat back, lift your heart. Pull your heels towards your hip flexors, thread your hands underneath your ankles. And as you hinge forward now, you're pressing lightly down with your forearms into your inner thighs. So you're going to feel more of a stretch into your groin or into your psoas muscles, inner thighs. Take 2 breaths here. And one more breath. Then inhale, flat back, lift. Extend your legs out wide. So for the purpose of this position, I'm going to take myself sideways for you. So my heels are on my mat. Might be more comfortable for you as well. You want to make sure you're sitting up nice and tall. So if you find yourself turned out like this, perhaps you need to prop your tailbone up a little bit. Make sure your knees and your toes are to the sky. And then again, you can either walk your hands forward, or perhaps you take your peace fingers inside your big toes and just lead towards the earth. So close your eyes and breathe. Allow the body to just feel the pull towards the earth, the wonderful energy that our earth gives us. And take about 4 breaths right here. Inhale and exhale out. One more breath. Walk your hands back in towards your body. Bring your legs together and come onto your back. So you're going to go ahead and send your legs long, roll all the way down onto the mat. Take a deep breath in, reach your arms back behind you. And then bend your knees and come into your happy baby pose. So your knees are bent to 90 degrees. You're pulling on your feet with your hands. You're pressing your feet against your hands. Then bring the balls of your feet together. Pull your heels towards your hip flexors. Let your feet float to the floor. Let your arms float over your head in Supta Baddha Konasana. And bring your knees in to your chest. Rock gently from side to side, gently massaging your back. And then eventually let your feet come down and slide out onto the mat, turning your feet out, arms by your side in your Savasana. Taking about 3 or 4 breaths right here. Inhale and exhale out. Wiggle your toes and your fingers. Circle your ankles and your wrists. Pull your knees into your chest. And roll to your right side. And when you're ready, find your way into a seated position. Bring your hands to your heart center. Honoring the light that shines in each of us, I thank you for meeting me on the mat. May you take with you during this time of incredible struggles for many, emotionally, physically, monetarily. We're facing so much. So take the time out of your day, even if it's a half an hour, to care for yourself and practice a little yoga. From my heart to yours, namaste.